Vítám vás u naší dnešní epizody ze hry Zaklínač 3, Divoký hon. V dnešní epizodě musíme stihnout takové ty úkoly, které jsme vlastně už načali a musíme jenom dodělat. Takže za prvé půjdeme vlastně za Lambertem, od něj jsme vzali úkol ponit se ke klubku, který jsme vzali ještě předtím, než jsme odpluli na Skellige. Na Skellige jsme poté v tomto úkolu pokračovali, hledali jsme na farové toho Hamonda, od něj jsme se vlastně dozvěděli, kde najdeme toho Jada Karadina. A teďka se máme s Lambertem sejít před hospodou nikde, takže tam se vypravíme a řekneme mu, co jsme vlastně zjistili. Můžete si povšimnout, že už mám na sobě vylepšenou medvědí zbroj, zase do průvodce hodím menší video, kde jsem různý ty části našel, takže jak meče, tak i tu samotnou zbroj. Jdeme se tedy podívat za naším přítelem Lambertem.
What the hell took you?
Pretty likely Karadin lives in Novigrad, and he never severed ties with Hammond. They're actually in business together.
Learned something too. He trades in, live goods on the sly. Owns a ship called the Pearl of the Coast. Runs between here and Skellige. Changed his name too, to Roland Truger, who officially is a respected Novigrad trader and philanthropist. Has a residence in Gildorf.
All right, let's pay Karadin a visit.
Think I know how to get in. I got a plan.
If your plan doesn't include dealing with an escort of guardsmen, best revise it. Calm now. Let them start it.
You're expected. Come in.
Make yourselves at home.
He's a witcher.
Very true. Allow me to introduce my wife Letitia and my two little tots. You know who I am, and I've heard of you. You've been asking many questions about me. That always draws my attention.
What school do you come out of?
That of the cat. So few of us left.
Witchers can't have children.
But they can have wards, or take in a woman along with her children, embrace them as their own.
My friend needs to talk to you.
Lads, take the children and Letitia and leave us. Our guests wish to speak to me. I'm all ears.
Talk to him, Geralt. If I do, first word he says to me, I'll lose it and throttle the fucker.
Remember Aiden? A witcher. Murdered in Elander. Guessing the killers were paid well.
I remember him as I remember all the others, with the deepest regret. Yet Aiden was different in a way. Contrary to rumor, we did not set out to kill him. We were forced to when he attacked us.
What's your version of this story?
Aiden had accepted a contract to lift the curse from the Duke's daughter. He took the coin, bungled the job, then left, once the girl passed on.
You lie.
We were not to kill him, we were debt collectors. He'd spent the coin already, so we demanded his swords. When he refused, tempers flared. Vienne, positioned as a sniper, lost her nerve. Hit Aiden square in the eye. Later, she devised her own version of the story. To silence her guilt, I expect.
I've heard enough.
What now?
Tady bychom se měli rozmyslet, co vlastně s ním uděláme. Zjistili jsme, že Karadin je zaklínač, že se polepšil. Byl to kdysi zaklínač, byl to vymahač dluhu, proto je tam ta jeho verze příběhu, kde vlastně ten Aiden ten kamarád Lambertův vlastně si za to mohl sám. Nevím, kdo má pravdu, jestli Lambertova verze příběhu nebo tady Karadinova verze příběhu, ale je vidět, že se polepšil, takže sice naštvu Lamberta, ale tohle zaklínače necháme bejt.
We need to leave him alone, Lambert. Come on.
I'm not going anywhere. I came to kill this bastard.
Leave him. Let's go.
You off your fucking nut?
Lambert, this is one of those situations when you have to realize you're pissed as hell, rein it in, and trust your cool-headed friend. Let's go.
For fuck's sake, Geralt. Don't know that I'll be able to forgive you.
I said let's go. You can always come back.
Thank you.
Explain yourself.
Don't intend to. Just felt Karadin didn't deserve to be murdered in cold blood. If you feel otherwise, you can always go back. Without me.
I feel like beating the shit out of you. See you later. Someday.
So long, Lambert.
Krve prolití by bylo zbytečný, jak řekl Geralt. S bohem Lamberte, brzo se uvidíme, a to v příští epizodě. Protože v příští epizodě vyjíždíme na Kear Morhen. A doporučuji tento úkol udělat ještě předtím, než tam vyjedete. Protože jakmile už tam vyjedete, tak se tento úkol zruší. Myslím, že jsem udělal dobře, on si to nezaslouží. Už začal sekat latinu, vzal si k sobě děti, vzal si k sobě ženu. A už to není ten grázel, jako byl kdysi, a takhle chladnokrevně ho zavraždit si myslím, že ani nezaslouží. K tomu Lambert je strašně horká hlava, takže někdy to zveličuje až moc. Tak, to jsme splnili jsme úkol ponit se ke klubku, který byl snad jeden z těch nejdelších vedlejších úkolů, který jsme kdy dělali. A teďka se vydáme do Vranohradu. Ano, do toho Vranohradu, kde vlastně sídlil krvavý baron. On se teďka vlastně vydal se svojí ženou k těm modrým horám, kde bude hledat toho bylináře. Takže tam není. Ale my tam musíme dělat dvě věci. A to za prvé dokončit jeden úkol a za druhé pokračovat hlavní linii a získat jedno takové malé stvoření a vyjet na Kear Morhen. Takže se uvidíme na Vranohradě. Co vůbec děláme na tom Vranohradě? Pokud si pamatujete, tak jsme tady narazili na jednoho trpaslíčího kováře. A ten nám řekl o tom, že na Undviku se nachází... A on nám právě řekl, že na Undviku se nachází vzácné vybavení pro kováře. Takže jsme se tam vypravili v té epizodě, kde jsme hledali Hjalmarovu expedici a našli jsme tam u toho trola právě tu výbavu. Teď, když jsme ji našli, tak ji můžeme odevzdat zpět tomu trpaslíkovi a ten úkol bude pokračovat dál.
How may I assist you?
Looking for someone who can craft me some armor. Gotta be top quality.
Well, I've been at it 20 years now. Mastered the craft in some respects, if I do say so myself.
You wish.
Don't listen to her. She's been sore lately, snorting every chance she gets. So, what kind of armor are we talking about?
Light, but durable. Can't constrain movement, and I gotta be able to get in it without anybody's help.
That all? Sure it shouldn't be self-cleaning. And how about it wipe your arse after you take a shite in the bushes?
Comfortable, strong, and light'll do just fine.
Ought to know one thing when it comes to armor. If it's got to be durable, it can't be light.
It can. Just needs the proper tools to make it. Tools like the folk of Clan Tordaroch use on Undvik.
Joanna, I told you time and again to stay silent when I talk to customers. Shouldn't pester folk with those nonsense Skellige legends of yours.
It ain't legend, and it ain't nonsense. My granddad would go to Undvik for his armour. Said Tordaroch folk made the best. Till last year, that is, when a giant ravaged their island. Inhabitants either ran off or died, but the forge should still be in one piece.
Forge was carved out of a rock face. Probably why it still stands. Tools were inside.
Well, goose kick me. These look like the real thing.
Because they are. Look at the markings. Authentic. How did you get them?
Long story. Might tell it someday, but right now I need that armor.
Harman ep Grönekan, Lieutenant General of the 2nd Mounted Army. Welcome to our humble establishment. A true honor to host one of such renown. I've heard the General's a connoisseur and collector of armor. This is true, and they call you a master of the craft. All too kind, sir. Truly,
I need a suit of armor, heavy, able to withstand piercing projectiles.
Piercing projectiles? Oh, bolts, you mean? That ain't easy. Needs a special alloy, tempering.
The new tools. We can do it. Stoke the fire, I'll ready the rest.
Bold, your worker. You allow her much.
You know how it is, General. Good help's hard to come by. We should go outside. There's business to discuss.
It's always the same. I've had enough.
Enough?
They treat me like I'm nobody. The menial labour. Truth is, the Nilfgaardian, the one Fergus is kissing up to, I'll have to craft his armour. Yours too, for that matter.
So what's Fergus do?
Horseshoes, nails, not much else he can do, seeing as he cocks up simple bungs. But in the end, they call him Master. No one'd ever think I could be a skilled armourer, a human and a woman to boot. A dwarven blacksmith, oh, that's another story.
If that's the case, stand your ground. Don't let him treat you like this.
I won't. Not anymore. He can craft the Nilfgaardian's armour himself. I'll make another suit, and we'll see which one's better. I need but one thing I can't get on my own. Would you help me?
Depends what it is.
To finish the armour, I'll need to harden it, quench it in a bath. Oil's what we usually use, but I want to use acid.
Kicky Moors and Archgriffins spit acid.
Archgriffins? Draconic griffins, you mean? Baron's men came by a few days back, said they'd seen one north of Crow's Perch. It had killed some folk out there.
Bound to be a notice posted for the Griffin anyway. Could kill two beasts with one stone. Fine, I'll see what I can do.
Bring me the acid and I'll prove I'm better than Fergus. And I'll craft armour for you, lots of it. The kind no other armourer can.
Dozvěděli jsme se, že vlastně tady Joanna, to je ta pravá kovářka, ne Fergus. Fergus je jenom pouhý pomocník. Vezmeme si tady tedy zakázku z cedulky.
Sir.
Grif na Vysočině, vyjedeme k tomu Grifovi, porazíme ho, získáme tu kyselinu a pomocí té kyseliny by nám mohla udělat nějakou zbroj. Ale proč hlavně dělám tento úkol? Je to z toho důvodu, že vlastně Joanna nám bude moct vyrábět ty velmistrovské zbroje. Je to vlastně něco podobného jako Hattori v Novigradě, ten nám umí vyrábět velmistrovské meče, tak tady Joanna nám bude moct vyrábět velmistrovské zbroje, až nějaké seženeme. Takže nasednu na koně a vyjedeme k tomu místu, kde na nás čeká právě ten Grif. Pomalu se blížíme ke kopci, kde by měl někde poletovat ten arcigrif. Mohl by nám trochu dělat problémy, přece je to jenom arcigrif, není to pouhý grif. Trochu se na něj připravíme a někde tady by měl býti. Griff už to má za sebou, máme ty kyselinové žlázdy, takže se můžeme vrátit zpět za Joannou a dát jí to, co jsme získali z Griffa. Když už se vrátíte do Vranohradu, nezapomeňte si ještě vyzvednout u proviantmistra odměnu. Nedostanete sice moc velký obnos, ale peníze se hodí.
Fancy a gander at our little stockpile?
Heard you had a griffin problem.
Aye. Killed some villagers north of Crow's Perch. Folk came complaining to the Baron. He finally wearied of all the lamenting, offered a reward for the beast's head.
Good thing, too. I could use some crowns.
Well, folks say all kinds of shite about you lot. But gotta give a witcher his due. Here, fair pay for a fair day's work.
Takže se mrkneme, kolik jsme dostali za arcigriffa. 25 korun za arcigriffa, to si děláte srandu. To jste tady takový žiďáci. Nevadí, půjdeme za kovářkou a doděláme ten úkol, který už jsme dneska načali.
You're back. So, got the acid?
Mm-hmm. Use it carefully. It's about as caustic as things come.
I know. It's burned many a man where I come from. Armour's ready. Now for the last touch. We'll soon see who's better, Fergus or me. Geralt, it's done.
Looks very professional.
Welcome, General. Armour's all ready. Came out splendid, if I do say so myself.
Rather coarse. I trust the appearance does not reflect the quality.
General, I've also made a suit, if you please.
What is the meaning of this?
General Joanna's the master artisan, not Fergus. She crafted this armor to prove it.
For God's sake, Joanna, what do you think you're doing?
Temeria remains a wild land, it seems. Insubordination of this kind is not something we Nilfgaardians allow.
If I may, General, I am Fergus's subordinate in appearance alone. It's what we agreed, as few would ever believe a woman to be a better armourer than a dwarf.
You are right. I, for one, do not think it possible. But you are confident in your abilities. Let us put them to the test. Not on dummies, in live combat.
Oh, quite a crowd.
You there, put on this armor.
I'm just here to show me yours.
Mine is not a request.
General, I crafted this armour for a man. It can't fit me properly.
Then find another to wear it.
Geralt, will you help?
Fine. Hope I won't regret this.
Don your armor, both. I will await outside.
Bloody hell. I just came here to show me yours.
Teď se modleme, aby nás to nezabilo. Doufám, že nedopadnu stejně jako tady pod koní hned vedle mě. To by se taky musel trefit, ten generál.
Gonna live?
Aye, but this armor's rubbish.
Stand. I wish to see the armor.
Not even a dent.
I am not easily impressed, but I must admit you have succeeded, my dear. Where to, dwarf? You must hear this. The forge is now Miss Joanna's. She will also assume all Nilfgaardian army requisitions. Is that clear?
Aye, as day.
Your pay for the armor. I will send a man to collect it.
I'll be going too, methinks. Just get my things.
Wait. We needn't part ways, Fergus. You've been a good helper. We could go on that way. But without the lie.
We did make quite the pair.
Well then, go stoke the fire. We've got a customer. He needs armour fit for a witcher. You weren't certain the armour would protect you. Admit it.
Master craftsmanship's something I trust in, something I strive for myself. Wouldn't have asked for legendary tools from Undvik and Archgriffin Acid if you didn't know what you were doing.
Thank you for trusting me. Give us a few days and your armour will be ready. Come on, let me help you get out of that.
Málem nám ten generál ustřelil hlavu, netrefil se, ale podle něj je ta zbroj výborná. Splnili jsme úkol, máme se to potom dostavit za Joannou, vyzvednout si vlastně tu zbroj. Tu zbrojí není nic jiného než vlastně zbroj lovců čarodejnic, jen taková vylepšená. Já se pro tu zbroj vrátím někdy později, hlavní věc bylo, aby se vlastně otevřel to vyrábění těch velmistrovských zbrojí. Splnili jsme 2 úkoly, jak za Lamberta, tak tady i za kovářské mistry. Dobře, když jsme už udělali toto, tak se můžeme vrhnout rovnou vlastně za barnovým seržantem a požádat o toho Umu, protože toho potřebujeme a s ním poté pojedeme do Kear Morhen. Tady bych se s vámi už chtěl asi rozloučit.
Need to talk to you.
About?
Uma, gonna take him with me.
Gotta ask the Baron's permission. Thing is, he ain't here.
Not about to ask for anything. I'm telling you. You can try to stop me. But that'd be an error. A mortal one.
Think you got me shaking in my boots?
You sure as hell should be.
Fine. Cripple's not worth no blood. See the groom. He ought to be glad to give him up. Bugger's been eating from the feed bags. And a pleasant journey to you both.
Thank you kindly.
Tady seržant si málem pustil do kalhot, když jste ho prosili o toho Umu. Dal nám povolení, jak jsem říkal, baron tady není, protože vyjel se svojí ženou do Modrých hor a my našli toho divného bylináře, nebo co to vůbec má být. Takže tady není a vládu nad Vranohradem na krátkou dobu přebral právě seržant, kterého moc nemusím, ale budiž. Získali jste povolení, to je hlavní. Takže jo, tady bych se s váma chtěl rozloučit a uvidíme se u příští epizody už v Kear Morhen. Vracíme se domů do zaklínačského hradiště Kear Morhen. Takže to budou epizody plné starých známých, nostalgie, krásné hudby a přírody a mnoho dalšího. Takže se máte opravdu na co těšit, protože právě tuto část na Kear Morhen prostě mám skoro nejradši z celé hry. Řekneme pod koním, že si jdeme pro Umu a tady bych se s váma chtěl rozloučit, dodívejte se na cutscény, bude jich ještě docela hodně a uvidíme se příště, takže naschle.
I'm taking Uma.
There ain't a...
Sergeant Hartle said I could.
Bring him back though, won't you? Be awful dull without him.
Find something else to laugh at. I don't know. Catch some frogs and shove straws up their asses.
Huh? That one of your Witcher games?
Witcher version's different. Don't make me show you. Open the door, now. Hey, little guy. This here's Roach. She'll take us to Kear Morhen. Well, come on. What the? Quit playing around. Let's go. Looks like we got company. Nilfgaardian battle mounts. What do you want?
The Emperor's displeased with you.
Then he ought to ask somebody else for help.
The Emperor does not ask anyone for anything. You will ride with us to Vitsima.
Sure about that?
Don't even try.
Fine. Lead the way.
And the Third Army will sweep in from the west to take Banglin.
If I may, Your Imperial Majesty, our spies report that the garrison at Banglin consists almost wholly of mercenaries.
Bribery, then.
We stand to lose exactly no men in battle.
And we stand to lose less time. Very well. Give the orders. Then set sail.
As you wish. At once!
Your Imperial Majesty, Yennefer.
I did not have you brought here for an exchange of courtesies. Report.
As you wish, Your Majesty. Ciri. Well, this man is the key to finding her.
I give you 3 solid leads. Trails as fresh as morning dew. The aid of my spies and my court sorcerers. Yet in my daughter's stead, you bring me this monstrosity? I hope you have more to say. For your sake.
Listen, I'm looking for a needle in a haystack. A needle that at any moment can...
It's a difficult task, I know this. What of it? Listen to me. I rule the largest empire the world has ever known. I wage a war against the North, command men in tens of thousands, while at home the trade corporations and nobles seek to depose me. You cannot expect me to pity you the difficulty of your task.
This monstrosity might well be your daughter. Its body is the product of a curse. Someone hides inside it.
Can you lift this curse?
I've done a great deal of research, made inquiries, but to lift it I would need to know the words used to cast it, and that...
Vafeil Elen, Kedmil Fali. Gladiv Dorn Eptened, Bandro Ithne Iacus. Dandelion told me. Ciri talked to him about it.
At last, you provide a pleasant surprise. Lady Yennefer, my question stands.
Yes. I believe I can. But I must...
The details do not interest me. Geralt, you've achieved precious little, yet admittedly more than the bumblers in my spy corps have. I give you half the promised reward. You will receive the other when you bring me Ciri.
Fine.
This audience is over. Till the next.
So, how do we lift Uma's curse?
We must take him to Kear Morhen. Oh, and Geralt, forgive me, but I'm unable to teleport you, Uma, and Roach, so...
Don't worry, we'll ride there. Never did like teleporting.
Take care of yourself.
Wait. Here. Probably better if you keep it.
Of course. I'm off.
His long search for Ciri led Geralt to conclude that Uma, the ugliest man alive and the victim of a curse, was the key to finding the young woman. Geralt needed to lift the curse. So he took Uma to the home of the world's greatest specialists on dark spells. To the Witcher's fortress of Kear Morhen.
Forktails this close to the fortress? Someone's been slacking off.
Well, look who the wind blew in. Been away quite a while.
Too long.